Thank you. Hello and welcome. Now, as you know, this year, our Queen is celebrating the 40th year of her reign. Now, can you imagine all the people she's met during that time? Well, can you, gang? No! Oh, yes, you can. It must have been millions. Well, I remember the first time I met the Queen, and it was after a Royal Command performance way back in 1964. No! Oh, yes, it was. You are just being kind. Well, anyway, I was dead nervous. I was still quite new to the business, and while we were waiting to be presented to Her Madge, Millie Martin, the lovely Millie Martin, gave me a few tips. She said the Queen might not know who you are, so be sure to tell her all about yourself. Well, the moment finally came, and there she was in front of me. I did me little curtsy. And the Queen said, "What are you doing at the moment?" It hurt me to say it like that, did it? So I told her, and I said to her, well, you know, I was doing a bit, and I was doing a bit, and I was doing more a bit, and I told her, and I told her, I went on and on and on. Well, you see, I was nervous. When I finally stopped for breath, the Queen said, "How fascinating." And she moved on, and somebody I know in our audience knows the feeling well. Has anybody in our audience met the Queen, our lovely Queen? Come on, put your hand. Oh, there's a few. There's a fella over there, a woman up there. Any more? Yes? Oh, yes, that lady up there. What's your name, sweetheart?
Who?
Oh. Me? Yes, you, Chuck. What's your name? Have you met the Queen?
No, I met her when she was a princess.
Oh, you met the princess. Tell us your name.
Betty Parsons.
Well, Betty, don't you budge an inch. I'm coming up there to have words with you. Well, Betty, you've met the Queen, have you?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yes.
Could you shove up, Chucks? I mean, you know, I want to talk to our Betty.
Our Betty's talking to you, Cilla.
Oh, is that nice? When did you meet the Queen?
Well, it was a long time ago, in 1947.
1947.
Yeah.
Well, how did
Everybody
you
say, oh, to that, isn't it?
Yes, well, say oh to that, then.
Oh.
1947. You
Yes.
don't look old enough, Betty.
Oh, don't be dull. I'm a great granny.
Don't be dull. I've never heard that one before. Oh, don't be dull.
I'm a great granny.
Are you really?
Yes, I'm a great granny.
Well, how did you come to meet the Queen?
Well, I was a land girl.
On the land army?
Yes, oh, yes.
Can you remember what... Did she tell you you were fascinating?
No, she didn't.
Can you
She
remember?
just asked me, what was I doing? How long was I been in the land army?
Yeah.
And I said, 18 months. And all the others up the top have been in 7 years or more.
Well, it must have been very exciting. But mind you, nobody had television in those days, did they?
No.
I mean, but they had the Pathé News, didn't they?
That's right.
Yeah.
And they put it on it. And I didn't go because I'd met my husband.
Oh, you gave up seeing yourself,
Yeah.
meeting the Queen, because you'd met your husband.
Yeah. And nobody believed me.
Well, what do you think you looked like in the Pathé News?
Very young.
Very young. And so you've never ever seen yourself?
No, never ever seen myself.
Well, surprise, surprise, Betty.
Oh, you haven't.
Yes, I
You
have.
haven't.
Yes, I have. I have.
You really have.
I have.
Oh, you are a fool.
No. And if you give me a minute, we'll reel that film through. It's the Pathé News, and here you are meeting the Queen, and you look gorgeous. Have a look at this, Betty.
On arrival, she inspected a guard of honor of 80 army cadets, who were later called out to control the 3,000 crowd which broke through the barriers, nearly stampeding the cattle on show. With the Minister of Agriculture and the Lord Lieutenant of Carmarthen, the Princess had a word for Welsh Land Army girls, and to winners of the Society's livestock competitions, she awarded prizes.
Now, Betty, what did you think of yourself on film?
Not bad, was it? What did he thought for me?
It's a great piece of film, and surprise, surprise, we've made you a copy of that film to take home so you can watch it over and over again to your heart's content, all right?
Thank you, Cilla.
You're very welcome. Now, last week we began our surprise Olympics, and as you will remember, the Howard of Effingham School won with a score of 56. So let's find out what's going on this week from our very own Tessa Sanderson. And she's at Crystal Leisure Centre in Stourbridge. Hello, Tessa.
Hello, Cilla.
Tessa, it was a bit close, the scores last week, weren't they?
It was, wasn't it? There was only 7 points in it.
Well, tell us, who have you got competing for us this week?
The two teams we have this week are, in the red, Nunnery Wood High School. Yeah! And in the blue, Henley High School.
And who are the captains of those teams then?
Yes, I have the captains right here with me, Cilla. First, we have Tom from Henley High.
Hi.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Cilla.
He's a bit shy.
Tom.
13.
13. Oh, isn't that lovely? And now, what do you think your chances are of winning tonight?
Cilla, it's easy. We're going to win. No problem.
Oh,
No
he's
problem.
very confident, is our Tom. Well, Tom, what's your strong points? Sporting points. What do you like doing?
Tug of war and football.
Oh, football. Hey, who do you support then?
The one and only Villa.
Oh. We've got them
You know,
all
you
here
can-
tonight.
Yeah, you know, you can go off people, Tom. Let's move swiftly on to the opposing team's captain. Who have we got, Tessa?
And here we have Gail from Nunnery Wood.
Hi, Cilla.
Hello, Gail. Gail, have you been doing lots of training for this?
Yeah, every week.
Do you think you're really going to give them a hard time, your opponents, tonight?
Yeah, no problem.
Well, I wish you both a lot of luck, but last week we had the lovely John Regis as our surprise referee. Who have we got tonight, Tessa?
He's equally lovely, Cilla, but a little bit more of him. Please give a huge welcome to someone who's represented Great Britain more times than any other male athlete. It's Jeff Cates.
Woo!
How you doing, babe? Okay.
Oh, wow, yeah, how are you?
Hi,
Hello,
Cilla.
Jet. Now, you're one of the strongest men in the world, but will you be able to keep that lot in order tonight?
No problem, Cilla. They'll keep them in order, especially this one. You see this one, Cilla?
Oh, look at that.
Right, good boy. No trouble.
Told you we're going to have a lot of problem with him tonight.
Jeff, that was lovely. Well, you better behave yourself, kids, and good luck, everyone. I'll tell you what, Tessa and everybody there, we'll catch you later, all right?
Okay, Cilla.
See you later then. Ta-ra
Bye.
then. But right now it's time for our Bob Cowdrey's and Searchline, and the first person who needs our help is Stuart Braisted from Essex.
I have with me a young man with a mission. This is Stuart Braisted. Stuart, who are you looking for?
Well, Bob, I'm looking for my father, Victor Braisted.
Now, you're about 6 months old when your parents separated, and sadly, since your mother has passed away, so it's been a difficult search. Let's start by talking about your mum. Her name was Sue. What was her full name?
Well, it was Susan Joyce Bernadette Teresa Braisted, and her maiden name is Amy.
Well, that's a difficult name to forget. Where did they live?
In London Road, West Thurrock in Essex.
Okay, now you were born in 1974, and you reckon your dad would now be between 45 and 50. Do you know what year they divorced?
Well, I think about 1975.
Well, if your dad is watching now, have you got anything you'd like to say to him?
Yeah, that I've heard many stories about him, and if I got a chance to see him, I'd like to find out what it's like for myself.
Well, you're a fine young man. I'm sure he'll be very proud of you. Let's hope he gets in touch.
Thanks, Bob.
So, Victor Braisted, please, if you are watching, give us a call. Now, say hello to Peter Bowen. He's looking for an old mate, Peter Moran. Peter, tell us how you first met Peter.
Well, when I was 15, I went to the Merchant Navy, and I was on the Port Auckland going to New Zealand, and that's where
And you became great friends on that trip. And you both fell in love with New Zealand, didn't you?
we did, and that much we decided to stay.
Right, well, you jumped ship.
That's it.
And you chased a good life. You gave up your £9 a month pay that you had. How long were you in New Zealand?
About 3 months. Well, 3 months on the loose, and then the authorities caught us.
And what happened? Were you sent home?
Yeah, we were detained for about 3 months, and I came home first, and
Well, you had to work your passage back.
that's it, yeah.
And when did you last see Peter Moran?
Well, he came back 4 months after me, and I knew from the shipping company when he was coming back, and I went up to the docks to meet him. His parents were there, and they whipped him away. I think they thought we were a bad influence on each other, and I never seen him since then.
I can't believe you were a bad influence on anybody. So, there you are, Peter Moran. If you're looking in 40 years later, Peter Bowen would love to hear from you again. So give us a call on 071 222 8070. Or you can write to us at Searchline, Surprise Surprise, London Weekend Television, Upper Ground, London SE1 9LT. Back to you, Cilla.
Thanks a lot, Bob. We shall see you later. But now we're going to meet a group of ladies who used to get together on a regular basis. Now, why they used to meet so often, I'm not going to tell you. But the person who organised this group is sitting right here in our audience tonight. Now, they haven't been together for many, many years, but recently the rest of the girls did meet to talk over old times, and in particular to remember their special friends. So watch this closely, all of you sitting out there in our audience tonight, because who knows? It could be you.
Do you remember how it all started? First as a little dancing school, and then the children put on little shows, and then the parents wanted to get involved, so the mums joined in, and then the men eventually joined in, and it just went from there, didn't it?
She was always at the side of the stage, and if ever you weren't close to the front, she used to say to you, go to the front, and sing up louder. And I don't know, whenever she used to get changed herself, because she always seemed to be at the side of the stage.
Do you remember the Cool Girls?
Cool girls? What are cool girls? They were the girls that were used to call people on for their performance.
Oh, right.
They were a great asset.
I liked the presentation of the bouquet at the end of every show. It was as if it was the first one she'd ever received, and there was one every single night from the smallest child in the group.
Do you remember she always used to say, you must never leave the stage bare? And then the elastic broke in her skirt, and she left the stage bare.
Yes, the penny's dropped, I think. Surprise, surprise, it's you, Iris Price. Would you like to come down and join me, please? Naughty, am I? I am a naughty. Let me tell everybody a bit about you, Iris, because you are the founder member of the Southern Minstrels, is that right?
Yes, it is.
And in the south of it, well, you went all over Britain, didn't you, collecting monies for charities? Have you any idea how much you've made for charities in your time?
Yes, it's £119,000.
Isn't that marvellous, mate? They're hoping to make $250,000?
Because this is our 25th year, it's our Jubilee year, and at the end of the year we want to make $250,000.
Oh, well, I hope you make your target. Now, that was a reunion with all your... Yes, all your mates. But you couldn't make it, could you?
No.
Well, it doesn't matter, Iris, because we've arranged for your very own reunion tonight.
Oh, you are?
Yes. Let's bring on the girls. And here they are, Brenda and Julie Davis, Audrey Worth, Susan Foreman, Pat Williams and Lorna Mason. Come in, girls. Give a big love to one and all. Well, girls, who said about the bouquet? Is that right about the bouquet, Iris?
Yes,
She used to get a bouquet every night.
That's right.
Every time you did a performance, and you acted as if you were kind of... Well, you are an actress, aren't you?
Well, I hope so, a little bit.
A little bit. So you acted as if you were surprised when this bouquet came on.
That's right. I'd have been surprised if I hadn't had one. Because I do have one every time.
Well, tonight is no exception. Stand by for a little bit of acting. Because you've got another bouquet.
Oh,
and here to deliver it is one of your oldest friends, Brenda Bailey. Come in, Brenda.
Sweetheart, you really are. Thank you.
Isn't that lovely?
Absolutely
absolutely wonderful.
Has it made you nice?
Well, it's the best night of my life, I think.
I just think we all match, don't we? Lilac. Well, all those ladies have had their wish come true. You've had a marvellous reunion, and I wish you well in raising that. Is it $500,000 or $250,000?
It will be a quarter of a million.
$250,000. Ladies and gentlemen, wish them all luck. The Southern Minstrels. Thanks a lot, girls. Well, those ladies had their wish come true, and the other day, so did Adele Johnson, a very special 8-year-old. Now, our Bob went down to Ruan Minor in Cornwall to surprise Adele, but first, he had to have a chat with her mother.
This is Linda Johnson, and she wrote to us about her daughter Adele. Linda, why is Adele so special?
Well, her daddy's working away at the moment, and she does help me around the house rather a lot, especially in the summer when I have bed and breakfast visitors in. She keeps them entertained while I'm getting the breakfast ready and helps me serve the breakfast.
She also helps at the chapel, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does. She goes to the local Sunday school there, and if there's any fundraising events, she helps with those.
Well, we're convinced. I think she deserves a special treat. What should it be, do you think, a treat for the day?
Well, her dream is to be a police lady when she grows up.
So a policewoman for the day, would that do it?
I think she'd be absolutely delighted.
Now, she's in school at the moment, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
So we'll go and get her, shall we?
Yeah.
OK. Come in. Come in here. Oh, this is lovely. There's something going on here. I don't know what it is. It's Adele I'm looking for. Hello, children. Are you Adele? Adele Johnson? Hello, Adele. Put your puppet down for a minute. Surprise, surprise, Adele. Cilla sent me. I'm sorry to interrupt your class. You don't mind, do you? No. But, who said yes? Bound to be a lad. But, actually, I've heard that, you look very shocked. I've heard that you would love to be a policewoman. Is that right?
Not at the moment, while I'm in school.
Oh, not while you're in school. No, but I'm taking you out of school. And you're going to accompany me to Camborne Police Station, WPC Johnson. Is that all right?
Yes.
All right, class. I'm taking Adele away. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Bye. See you.
Excuse me, sir, you're making a lot of noise. Would you please stop?
I'm surrounded by my fans. Do you mind?
Excuse me, sir, if you don't stop, then I will arrest you.
You're not a music lover, are you?
Excuse me, I'm arresting you, sir, for breach of peace.
Oh, right.
I need some assistance at South Bank Parade. Over.
Assistance is en route to.
You behave yourself and shut up.
It's not fair. You see, let me explain. It's hardly worth bringing in here because, you see, one of the... morning, gentlemen.
Morning. What are the circumstances surrounding the arrest?
I was just singing.
That'll do me. Rock him up.
No, there's no need. Please don't. No, I want to go this way. I'm not in here. I want to be with my music. No, not in here. Please, do explain. But just no. What I'd like to.
And now be quiet.
Super, and I think she'll make a lovely copper. And didn't Bob look terrific behind bars? Best place for him. Speaking of which, it's time we had somebody behind this bar here, and I know just the fella. Because last week I phoned an Adrian Wixie, the barman, who thinks he can juggle, wait for it, like Tom Cruise. Yeah, so come in, Adrian. Tell us, how long have you been mixing cocktails?
For about 5 or 6 months or so, you know.
Is that all?
Yeah, I know. Newcomer.
A newcomer to the business. Now, are you going to teach me, or are you going to make a special cocktail for me
I'll make
tonight?
a special cocktail for you, but I'll also teach you how to do some shaking. How's that sound?
You will. That would be terrific. Go on.
Okay, here's shaking.
You're going to give me the
Make
shake.
sure the top's on properly, yeah?
Right, okay.
Okay, you've got to get your action right first.
Get the action right.
Comes from the hips, yeah?
It comes from the hips.
Just like this, yeah?
Oh, like that. Is that what you do behind the bar?
Hours on end.
Well, I can't wait to see and taste my cocktail. So
Okay.
get round the bar there,
Let's go.
Adrian, and get mixing.
I'll
Now,
get
what
mixing.
kind of cocktail are you going to mix for me
Well,
tonight?
just for you, Cilla, I'll just make a simple drink.
You're going
Hang
to
on.
make a simple
A
drink.
simple drink, yeah. Just a
What's
quick one.
that?
That was amaretto.
Oh, show me the way to Amaretto. You're way ahead of me. What
I'm
have you
going
put in
pretty
there?
quick, you know.
Amaretto.
Amaretto, Southern Comfort, vodka, and then a mixture of fruits. How's
Amaretto,
that sound?
Southern Comfort.
Vodka and a mixture of
Vodka.
fruits.
And a mixture of what?
Fruits. Mixed
Oh,
fruits, you know.
it
So
looks
it's from
like
Hawaii.
ginger.
Well, it's sort of red, you know, so it's got passion fruit in it for you, you know.
So what's it called again?
A Hawaiian passion punch. Here we go.
Hawaiian
Try not to spill
passion
too much of it.
punch. Well, that looks to pass it
Well,
over.
let's-
Can't wait.
Hang on,
oh,
We've got a little
sorry.
bit of garnish on the side here, yeah?
Oh, can't
go.
forget the umbrella.
Here
Oh,
we go.
oh, look at that. Aren't you jealous? Well, if I were to come into your bar with my Bobby, what would
Down
you
in
mix for
Richmond,
Bobby?
yeah. Okay, well, for Bobby, I've mixed something macho sounding for a man, you know.
Oh, he's very macho.
Oh, yeah, very. Something like a bulldog, you know.
A
Something
bulldog.
Sounds
yes.
aggressive, yeah?
Well, he looks a bit like, here, boy. Here, boy. Well, then you get mixing and I'll get shaking. Go on.
Okay, we'll cue some music, yeah?
Yes. Fabulous. Well, I'm not going to dare taste the bulldog.
Shall I taste this one?
Please
Is it
do,
ready?
and I'll
Okay.
drink to your health.
Cheers.
Cheers, Adrian. Thank you very much
That's all
indeed.
right.
Cheers. Mm. Well, keep mixing, Adrian, and I'll keep shaking. But we're going to take a break right now, but we will be back in a mo to see our surprise Olympics and to find out who's in Cilla's spotlight. So see you in a couple of minutes. Well, hello and welcome back. Well, let's go to Stourbridge and catch up with our Olympics. Now, Tessa, how's it going, sweetheart?
It's going great, Gunsilla. So far, we've had the relay, roller hockey, five-a-side, football and short tennis. And they're now warming up for the volleyball. In the meantime, let me show you some of the best moments of the competition so far.
Super. request. Now, can you tell us the overall score so far?
Yes, I can. Henley's got 24 and Nunnery Wood has 69.
Well, they're all very excited, but I know there's a long way to go just now, but we'll be back later to join you in the final event, all right?
OK, join you then, Cilla.
See you all later. Ta-ra!
Bye.
In the meantime, let's join our Bob for another searchline.
Thanks a lot, Cilla. Now, this is Christine Young, who has some very happy memories of a time spent in the punch room of the Timex factory in Dundee between 1969 and 1974. Now, Christine, punch room, were you boxers or alcoholics?
No, Bob. The punch room was actually part of the computing room in the Timex.
Oh, computers. Well, I know nothing about computers, but we have got a picture taken at the time, and that's you on the left down there, isn't it?
That's right.
You were known then as Christine Morris. Tell us who else is in that photograph.
Well, next to me on the left is Pat Lowe.
Oh, nice legs.
Yeah, Vivian Yannick, Agnes Cowan and Alison Petrie.
And obviously you'd love to hear from them again, wouldn't you?
I'd love to hear from them, Bob, and all the rest of the people that worked with me in the Timex.
There was a whole gang of you.
There was, yeah.
So, give us a call, ladies. Next, we've got a request from Pearl Fleming in Scotland, and she'd like to hear from her niece, Nina McLaren. Nina's father, Pearl's brother, tragically was killed in a plane accident in 1944. Pearl did hear from Nina's mum, Dorothy, in 1958 when she wrote from Belvedere in Kent with the news that she had remarried and was now Mrs. Forbes. But Pearl's never heard from them since. So, Nina McLaren, or Nina Forbes, as you may have become, your Auntie Pearl and her family would love to hear from you. If you can help with any of the searchline requests tonight, call us now on 071 222 8070. The phone lines will be open until 10 o'clock tonight. Back to you, Cilla.
Well, thanks, Bob. Now, sitting here with me are Adolf and Christina Panek. Now, back in 1989, the Surprise Surprise office received a very moving letter from Christina here. It told the tragic story of her husband, Adolf, and how in 1942, at just the age of 13, he was taken from his family by the Nazis. He managed to survive, but at the end of the war, he was unable to return home because his Polish village was now part of the Soviet Union. Now, Adolf, I know it was a terrible time for you, and I had a most marvellous letter from your wife, Christina, here, telling us all about it. And she was desperate for us to try and find your surviving family. And you very much wanted to get in touch with them, didn't you?
Yes, yes.
But we discovered that there was only one surviving member, and that was your sister.
That's my sister, yes.
Your sister, Maria.
Maria, that's right.
Yes. Well, we took on that task, didn't we, Christina?
Yes, yeah.
And what a task it was, because it took us 20 months, and that was 2 series of surprise. And in that time, we tried to get visas, and we tried to get passports. And after 2 series, we eventually did that, didn't we?
Yes, that's lovely. Yes, it was very,
Unbeknownst to you, you didn't know all this,
No,
did
I
you?
didn't, no.
Now, Christina, how did you keep a secret all that time?
It was pressure. I nearly had blood pressure breaking through my ears.
Blood pressure through your ears. But the annoying thing and the upsetting thing for us, and I'm sure for you, more upsetting for you, that we got the visas and the passports for your sister Maria and her daughter Anna just too late. In fact, we were doing the last show of Surprise Surprise, and we thought, well, it was just too much for Christina to keep a secret for another year. So what we decided to do, we decided to go ahead with the reunion, didn't we, Christina? And still Adolf here didn't know anything about it. You both went into a car. You went to Heathrow, and there, that lovely day. Describe that day for us, Adolf.
We waited about 9 o'clock. My sister and my niece appeared. Well, that was the happiest life for me, because I haven't seen my sister 50 years. And I was hoping one day, perhaps, I will see my sister. Well, it did happen, because of the people from here that done all what they could, which I'm very, very appreciative and very thankful to you all.
Well, you're very welcome. You're very welcome, Adolf. But surprise, surprise, we've got this beautiful, beautiful album here. And we recorded all those, and even more photographs, not just 5. They're all in there. So they're there to your heart's content. I love that one in particular.
That's lovely, yes.
And thank you both very much for sharing those lovely memories with us.
Love.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adolf and Christine, isn't it? Well, now, what has Little Shop of Horrors, Sweet Charity and Chicago all got in common? Too difficult. Well, they're all musicals, aren't they? Yes. But what else? Well, I shall tell you. 20-year-old Lucy Harris from Bristol has appeared in all three of them. Now, Lucy is a member of several local amateur dramatic companies. To name but a few of her many talents, she's been training as a dancer since she was just 2 years old. She's got a lovely voice, and she's a very good actress. Now, with all that talent, she couldn't possibly fail an audition to be on the telly. Now, what Lucy didn't know was that she was really auditioning for Cilla's Spotlight. I know I find way to treat a dying way. I love to run my fingers on the keys, the ivories with the pedal. I love to meddle when the comes my way. I'm so delighted to be invited to hear the long-haired genius play. You can keep me up and Lucy, Lucy, surprise, surprise. She's still on. She's still on. Sorry about that. Oh, what a star. What a star. Even though I burst in you, the show must go on, wasn't it? Well, I'm sorry I interrupted you.
That's all right.
But you've done it. You've passed the audition, Chuck.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, you're going to be on Surprise, Surprise in front of millions of viewers. How do you feel about that?
Sick.
Where did you finish? Where did you finish there? When I so rudely interrupted.
Right at the end, so you can keep your fiddles.
So what's after the fiddles then? What word?
And your bows.
Right. Where's the music? Hit it.
Keep your fiddles and your bows. Give me a yeah, no, whoa. I love to sit right beside an upright. Or a hard tune, baby, grand. Or a high tune, baby, grand.
Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine. Oh.
Morning, Sundance.
Well, howdy, dowdy, Miss Sill. Today's the big day, huh?
Well, it sure is. Any sign of the stage yet?
Not yet, but it ain't never been late.
Is that bouncy singer on the Deadwood stage?
Why, of course, little Lucy. Lily Langtry. From London, Europe. Yes. You know, I once heard tell that she once sang for the Prince of Wales.
The Prince of Wales?
Yes.
That is a rough bar. She was lucky to get out of that alive.
Oh, really? Well, I got a picture of her right here. If I can find it. Oh, yes. There she is.
Oh, what a dandy-looking woman.
Yeah.
That's a fine mane of hair she's got there.
That's the Hulk. Lilies are sitting on top of it.
Can I have a look, Miss Seal?
Why, sure, honey.
Oh, she's awful purty. Someday I'm going to be a singer just like her.
I don't think the stage is going to get through. There were just too many of them.
Oh, what are we going to do, Luke? What are we going to do? The Mentry brothers are coming to town.
Not the three Mentrys. Alimentary, elementary, and rudimentary. If they don't get entertainment, they're going to start a shooting.
Well, maybe I can help, Miss Seal. I waited such a long time for this.
Well, hush my mouth. It's a long shot and so crazy, it just might work.
Well, it just better work, because here come the Mentrys.
away, Mr. Piano Player. And quick on the trigger, with targets not much bigger than a pinpoint, I'm number one. But my score is a feather, it's lower than a sailor, or you can't get a man with a gun. When I'm with a pistol, I sparkle like a crystal. Yes, I shine like the morning sun. Oh, but I lose all my luster when with a Bronco Buster. Oh, you can't get a man with a gun. Oh, with a gun. Oh, with a gun. Oh, you can't get a man with a gun. I went to battle when someone's hurt a cat. Well, you have stake when the job was done. But if I shot the herder, they'd call a bloody murder, and you can't get a hug from a mug with a slug. No, you can't get a man with a gun.
Well, boys, did you like the show?
That was the goddamnest scene I ever did hear.
Yes, well, hush your mouth. Surprise, surprise. If it ain't your own pin, your ma and your pa. And look at that critter on the end, the one who set you up for this. Yes, it's Darren.
I'll get you to this.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the finest singer this side of the Rockies, Miss Lucy Harris. Well done, Lucy. I'm so proud of you. Well, folks, I guess it's time we took a little break. But y'all come back now, because we've got a lot more surprises for you. See you soon. You bet. Hello and welcome back. Well, now, I'm sure you've all heard of the Blues Brothers, have you? Yes. Of course we have. Well, two people who definitely have are Michael Hooker and Floyd Rayo. Apparently, when they were both at college, Michael and Floyd used to do a mean impression of the Blues Brothers. And I want to find out just how good they are. At this very moment, I believe they're at a party somewhere in London with friends. So they're going to be dead surprised when I ring them up. One hopes. Oh, I hope the party's not too loud. They might know the phone. Right. And it's ringing out.
Hello?
Hello, who's this? Who am I talking to, please?
It's Emma.
Hello, Emma.
Hello.
Hello, it's Cilla here.
Hello, Cilla.
Hello, Emma. Emma, now, I know you're in on this. Now, is Mike about anywhere?
Yes, he is.
Now, he definitely doesn't know I'm calling, does he?
He hasn't got a clue.
He hasn't got a clue.
No.
Good. Put him on.
Okay.
Right.
Hello?
Oh, hey, you sound nice.
Who's that?
Well, it's me, Mike.
Who?
But it's me. Don't you recognise me voice?
I don't know who you are.
It's Cilla here, Mike.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
It is, isn't it? I
I heard all about you from your mate, wait for it, Kevin White. Well, he tells me that when you were at college,
Yeah.
together with Floyd,
Oh, yeah.
yes, you used to do a mean takeoff of the Blues Brothers. Is that right?
No, it's completely and utter lies. You completely wasted your time.
Now own up, Mike. Were you
Yeah.
any good or what?
Well, no, we weren't very good, but we did do a takeoff of the Blues Brothers. Yeah, that's for sure. Well, we'll put it this way: Floyd was pretty good, but you don't want to see me doing the Blues Brothers.
Well, talking about Floyd, let's have a word with him.
Yeah, certainly. And let me pass you on to him.
Right.
Hello?
Well, hello, Floyd.
Oh, you're joking.
Kev said that you do a mean impression of the Blues Brothers. Is that right?
Well, I wouldn't say we was any good, but the band were good.
Well, let the audience here judge for themselves, because we've got some photos of you that we're going to show to our audience right now. So, yeah, oh, and there they are. I really want to see you for myself, doing the Blues Brothers, preferably with the trousers on. But will you come on the show next week and do a turn
Can
for
I
us?
just ask Mike if he'll do it? No.
Go on, Floyd. Twist his arm up his back. Now, will you do it, please?
Yeah, okay.
All right. See you next week.
See you.
Ta-ra.
Bye.
Ta-ra. Oh, dear. Well, now, let's go and find our Bob and get the results of last week's Searchline appeals. What's the latest, Bob?
Thank you, Cilla. Well, the phone lines have been buzzing tonight. So let's cast our minds back to last week. You may remember we had John Guy on the show trying to find his mate Tony Clark. We showed this picture of Tony looking every bit like a Chippendale. Well, we got a call from his son Nicholas, who said how much his family enjoyed seeing his father's picture on the show, especially as it's one that none of them have ever seen before. Nicholas went on to say that nowadays his dad looks more like a roly-poly. Oh, he doesn't look a day older. 40 years, yes, but not a day. Well, Tony and John are going to meet up this weekend for a bit of reminiscing, so good luck to you chaps then. Also last week, we were looking for the crew of the Minesweeper Empryon. Well, we've had a few leads, but we're still looking for Bert Harris, Bill Cheshire, George Golightly and Alfred Jude. So if you're watching, please get in touch. And the number is 071 222 8070. Still on ship's cruise, you may remember on a previous show, Bill Handley was looking for ex-crew members of MTB 763. We were quite successful. We found 12 crew members, and some of them are going on a 5-day trip to Courcey in Normandy for the commemorative anniversary of D-Day this June. I do like happy endings, don't you? Back to you, Cilla.
Thanks a lot, Bob, and we'll see you next week. Now, let's see how well our Surprise Olympics are doing. Are you there, Tessa?
Yes, Cilla, I am.
And is the final event underway? Oh, I can see, yes.
Yes, Cilla, it's the tug of war. And remember, it's the best of 3 pools. Nunnerywood won the first pool, so let's go over to Mr. Muscles himself for the next pool. Take it away, Jeff.
Take the strain.
Remember, all the team members take part. There's 12 each side, and the object is to get the yellow stripe on the rope over the blue either side. And at this moment, Nunnerywood seem to be doing really, really well. Of course, Henley needs a score here, but Nunnerywood seem to be pulling as though they're going to win. Remember, that yellow line must be right over the blue line either side. Nunnerywood looks as though they're going to win. Yes, and Nunnerywood has won. Wasn't that fantastic, Cilla?
Absolutely tremendous.
That means the overall scores are Nunnerywood 101, Henley High 32.
A big R from our audience. Congratulations to the winners and commiserations to the losers. Oh, thank you very much for all taking part on Surprise. And whereabouts are you next week, Tessa?
We're trekking down to Reading, Cilla, so see you there.
Trucking down to Reading. I can't wait. See you next week. Ta-ra, everyone.
Bye. Bye.
Now we all like getting letters, don't we? Yes. And I know I do. I really look forward to the postman calling. But there's somebody here tonight who's been waiting a long time for the postman to bring a very special letter. Yes, surprise, surprise. It's you, Tony Farnham. Yes. Would you like to come down and join me, please? Come on, Tony. Come down here. Well, you know who you've got to blame for all this, don't you? You've got your lovely wife Sandra sitting up there, because she wrote and told me all about you, all about this special letter. But it's a very moving story, because let me take you back to when you were a little baby, because you were adopted when you were a little baby.
Yes, I was. I was in an orphanage for 2 years.
You were. But
Then I was adopted.
Yes, but you didn't really know this till 38 years later, way back in 1963.
That's correct.
And it's quite a normal reaction to want to find your natural mum.
Can I say straight away that my mum that brought me up, I love dearly.
Yes, I know.
And she's a wonderful person, and she's made me what I am today.
Yes. And you're a lovely person as well, and it's quite natural to find your natural mum. And it took a lot of hard work, as you say.
Yes.
And, well, hundreds of phone calls to no avail. But until last year, you got a letter saying that, well, you knew your mum's name. Now tell everybody your mum's name.
Lucy Addison.
Lucy Addison.
Yes, she was a nurse in the 30s. And I'd been ringing the Addisons in the north-east part of the country, where I'd come from originally. And they're like the Smiths and the Browns. There's hundreds of them.
Oh, is there? And then you got a letter out of the blue last year. You found out your mum's name, Linda. Got a letter last year from someone who knew an aunt and uncle of yours.
Yes.
And a cousin.
That's correct.
You got in touch with this cousin.
Yes.
And they actually told you that your mum had emigrated to Rhodesia, as it was called then.
Yes.
But he sadly told you also that your mum had passed away some years earlier.
Yes, she died in 1974. But the joy was that I was told that although my mother, Lucy Addison, had passed away, that I had a sister.
And she was still living?
Yes.
In Zimbabwe
Yes,
over there?
yes. And you know, Cilla, when I heard that news, they say that if you find a rainbow and you search and find the end of that rainbow, you'll find a pot of gold. And to me, finding Susie is my pot of gold.
Well, I have to tell you, that special letter has arrived. Yes, it has arrived, and we've got it right here, and here to deliver it is the sister you've never, ever met. The sister you never knew you had. Yes, it's all the way from Zimbabwe, your sister, Susie. Come in, Susie. I'm afraid. I'd like to thank all the people who've taken part in tonight's show, the lovely Tessa Sanderson and our own Bob Cowdery. See you next week for more surprises. Till then. Reaching out, holding hands.